Buonasera, good evening, welcome to the 19th of December, and today we're going to be drawing Ian Goldsmith, who is quite an incredible person and made a very good Christmassy video, which I recommend you all check out over on Instagram at goldsmith_Ian. We are right deep and dark into this Advent challenge. We've been getting increasingly darker with our references. There's a lot of light in here, but there's also a lot of darkness. If you squint at it, you see that it's very, very dark. And we're going to attempt to draw Ian in about 10 minutes. I'll set a timer for 10 minutes, and anything extra is bonus. Feel free to draw as long as you like. You can share your work to the Discord server, which I have put a link to in the live chat. You can hit the thumbs up button if you enjoy this video or any of the videos that I've made, because thumbs ups are good, apparently. And tell me in the chat, hi Gabriela, where you are, who's here. If you're familiar with the incredible Ian Goldsmith, he did a very cool painting of me a couple of years ago, and I have a very tiny version of a very big painting, which I can't focus like this, unfortunately, but I thought this would be like a cool transition, but it's just like, it's not really in focus, is it? So I'll show you over here. Yeah, we're going to try and draw Ian in 10 minutes. And I've worked from this reference before, and it's very cool. And Ian has a new book, which is long anticipated, and such an incredible amount of work has gone into this book. And I'm sure many of you will appreciate it. And maybe you can even still get it in time for Christmas, who knows. But this is a tiny version of the painting Ian did of me. Let's see, get in here. I don't know if I can focus that. No. You're going to have to go check out Ian's Instagram to see a really fancy version of this. Because it's actually a very, very big painting, and he made very little stickers of my big head. And the painting he called Sausage. That is the name of this work of art. And there's a lot more to see. Actually, this is looking very dark. It was a very cool painting, and I'm honoured that Ian took my reference and made my head really big for that sausage piece. I don't know if Ian is here, but Ian also has a YouTube channel. I put it in the description, and you can go subscribe to Ian because he's so good, and you'll learn all sorts of things about colour just by watching his videos. And by getting this book. Everyone get Ian's book. So, the last time I did this, unfortunately, I just tried to find the drawing I've done from this reference in the past. I did it with calligraphy pen, but I couldn't find it. But there's a Patreon tutorial where I go through the whole process. It's about an hour video, and I do this nice calligraphy pen portrait from this reference, and it was really fun to work on. So if you check out the archive of my Patreon, you'll be able to find that video. If you join my Patreon, you get instant access to like all of the Patreon videos I ever made. So that might be a thing that you'd be interested in doing. Ian recently posted about magenta and green being a thing. And I remember a Star Wars post that Ian made where he was talking about magenta and green, and I just found these magenta and green pencils. I thought rather than being all inky, I wanted to try and do something pencil-y today. So it'll be interesting. I don't know how dark this is going to get. The idea is to be really dark because it's almost winter solstice, but I'm just going to see what I can do. Maybe I'll do a drawing and then slap some ink on. Oh, it's beeping. Arbed was using this. All right, 10 minutes. Time is going. Hello, Uta, June, Hannemarie, Gabriele, Imola, Ike, Maria, Louisa, Reba, Kiki, and Marina. Again, or no, hang on. Yeah, that was the people who said hello. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Please ask me questions. And let's draw together. Ask me questions by typing into the chat. And you can also ask me questions after the live streams. And you can also just write into the comments of the replay. You could tell us what you would like to learn about colour. And perhaps it is addressed in Ian's very good book. And yeah, I'm really excited about this book. And as Ian has mentioned, we talked about it. Ian was one of our first guests on the Drawn Together show, Shannon and I. Got to have a chat with Ian, and we're going to have another chat with him on the Drawn Together show. And yeah, and we spoke about it then as well, because Ian has been working on all of these colour studies for years, and it has come to fruition in this beautiful book. And it's been so nice seeing Instagram buzzing with Ian's book, and it's all over the world, and I think it's going to be a really wonderful leveling up of the collective understanding of colour in painting. I'm really looking forward to actually having the chance to reading it. It's so cool. So thanks, Ian. Thank you for your work. Amazing painter and amazing colour wizard, colour alchemist, colour educator, explorer of colour. This is nice. I like this 2-minute drawing. I'm going to take a photo of this because I just like it how it is. Maybe I should stop. Maybe we could do 2-minute portrait challenge. Hello, Alyssa. But I think I'll keep going. But I like it. It's got potential. It's a lot of questions unanswered. It's a sketch that poses a lot of questions. All right. How am I going to do this? I wanted it to be really pencil-y, just to be really different to the recent inky fun drawings I've been doing. I've really loved working with the ink, but I thought today I'd like to do something different. So here we have pencil. Also because I've worked from this reference with a calligraphy pen in the past, in a much longer time frame. But I just thought it'd be cool to mix it up a bit. And maybe, because I'm using Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils, you can go over with them with wet medium and they stay put, which is nice. So maybe once this drawing is done, I will be able to just like put some ink on and transform it. And I've got a green pencil too, so let's put some green in here and see what happens. Has anyone in the chat got Ian's book yet? I'm sure it's on your list of books to get, because it's my most anticipated art book of recent years, I would say. It's really been exciting to follow the progress and get my mind blown by Ian's Instagram wisdom that he's been sharing about colours and experiments, and really amazing stuff with coloured lights as well. And Shannon did a really cool drawing of Ian during our Drawn Together episode with CMYK pencils. So yeah, if you're interested in that conversation before the next one comes out, you could go check out Drawn Together episode 3, maybe. It's one of the very first Drawn Together episodes. And of course, Ian is from the Kanyo community, like so many of the wonderful people we've been sketching this month. All right, that's pretty good. This is like halfway in. Kiki just ordered it. Cool. We could start a book club, and we could look at art books together and then talk about them. I'm very good at looking, very good at listening, and have a lot less time to read than I did in my previous life. I feel like this could be going well. I could, like, in the 10 minutes this could end up being a 10-minute sketch. I've been going overtime a lot. But now, there's always opportunity to go further, to keep going. What do I want to do? I'm going to put some ink on this as well. Wish me luck. I have my red wine ink, and where the background is lighter, I was thinking I can put some of that in here. Oops, splash, flicker. So brush work is a great way to get down a lot of value very quick. Sunday, I'm teaching the last in my series of 4 Advent workshops, and it's going to be on illumination. And I'd love you to join. You can head to dylansara.com, and it's going to be between 1.5 and 2 hour workshop on Sunday, the 22nd. And you may want to bring a brush. I put in the, I think I just said pencil, pen, brush in the supply list, and brush is a really good way of like just quickly getting down a lot of value. So I think with more time, of course, you can achieve anything with anything really, but it's just so immediate. Putting down value with a brush. Now with my black, I'm a bit scared. Do I have an absolute favourite medium for drawing portraits? Oh. What kind of time frame are we talking? I have been using different things throughout the month. I love the calligraphy pen that I used the last few days. And I've been looking back. I just made a promo video about my mentorship, which is starting in January, which I would love some of you to join. You won't all be able to because it's just for a few people. But you probably don't all want to, so that's okay. But I'd love you all to watch the video once I put it out. And in that, I was just flicking through some of my previous sketchbooks, and I have these sketchbooks which are just like full of calligraphy pen portraits, and it's something I'm very fond of. But I like using lots of different things, so it's been great during this Advent series to be getting back to a lot of them, trying things out. Pencil, calligraphy pen, brush, ink wash. There's a lot. So I don't know if I want to have one particular favorite, but I'd say the calligraphy pen is probably my go-to tool. If I just had one, maybe that would be it. So I was feeling like really good with the drawing, and I was like, easy 10-minute portrait. And now that I've started rushing into it, I'm like, now I need an extra 10 minutes. That's what you get. Could have stopped at 2 minutes and started a new one. What were those pencils you mentioned? What's different about them? Okay, so they're Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. They are an oil-based pencil. They are not water-soluble. And for a long time, I was using Derwent Ink Tense pencils, which I like a lot, which are very water-soluble. But once they wet and dry, then they're permanent, which is really fun about them. But I was trying for a while to do these kind of short time frame portraits with these Inktense pencils. And I would get this nice drawing done, and then I would just lose it because all of my line work would just dissolve, and then I would have all this nice pigment to push around and stuff, but I would have to I realized for this really fast-paced sketching, it needs some time to dry, and then it needs some time to keep working on it. And so I was kind of stumped with that for a while. And then a dear friend who I went to a live sketching event with, I was like, what are you using for your line work? It's so cool. It's so strong. And then you whack all this watercolor on it and it just stays put. And that was Ulrike Selders. And she was using Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. So then I was like, I'm going to get some of those pencils. And so what's special about them is you can put your line work down, and then you can paint over it with any wet media, and it just stays put instead of bleeding all over your paper. Like just that's my experience with watercolor pencils, that they're intended to dissolve and for the pigment to move. And sometimes that's exactly what you want, and sometimes it really isn't. So that's 10 minutes now. I want to keep going though, because I felt good at 2 minutes, I felt good at 4 minutes. I started brushing into it and I'm like, I need more minutes. Ian Goldsmith is here. Colouralchromy. Oh, you. Yes, hello Ian. You're so good. Ian is here. Everyone please follow Ian's YouTube account. I've already suggested you do so, but you should do so, and on Instagram as well. So over time now, because I feel like I need to keep going. Shannon says hi, says that'd be cool. What would be cool? I forgot what I was saying. Tell me what would be cool. We have some extra time now because Ian is here, and because this is the 10-minute portrait, but I'm gonna keep drawing. How are you doing, Ian? How's the life of an art book author? How is it different to the life of a painter? It's obviously you're also a painter, but I imagine it's been a very different kind of work, and it must be really interesting. It's very exciting. I get very excited every time you post some new bookstore that your book has been spotted in, and I love your map of where around the world your book is. And what's the balance of color study and figurative painting been like? Yeah, that's something I've wondered about. You're such a good painter. You're also such a good color alchemist. And yeah, just wondering about future paintings or current paintings, secret paintings. I got to sneeze. I think I got to do it again. That was good. Shannon was talking about book club. Yeah. Shannon's had some really good ideas about book things. It could be part of life. This live streaming life. So I've drawn Ian a few times, and every time it's a treat. All right, I'm going to go too far over time because I felt like I felt really good before I started putting ink onto it. I felt like I was hitting I was coming in confidently towards the 10-minute mark, and then I put ink on it. I was like, "Wah." But now I feel like I've regained some of that, and that's another thing with these pencils, that once you've put your wet medium down and you start to lose definition and think, where did my drawing go? Then you can just draw back on top of it, which is something that I really enjoy, drawing onto ink wash or watercolor portrait, because I find it really expedient to get the details, come back to detail and definition with the pencil rather than using a really fine brush. I like drawing, so I like combining the two, and that's something that works. Okay, how's everyone doing? Bless me. Thank you for the blessings and the Gesundheit. Hola, buenas noches, Luis. You're mostly working on the color stuff, to be honest. I've got a couple of ideas for new portraits, hopefully in the new year. Yeah, Cool. I'm excited. I'm also excited about the color stuff. I wonder how, like, you're so immersed in the color stuff. I imagine you must be dreaming about it. And so I wonder, with such an intense color exploration in your awareness, what it's going to be like when you then work on paintings and portraits again. That's something that I wonder, because you just know so much about color. So many of us are still so baffled and confused and amazed, and just your understanding once you apply that to future pieces, like, it must be, what is that like? It would just be such a intensified understanding of color, like, be able to wield it however you see fit. Did you notice I got a magenta and a green pencil for you, Ian? Okay. Is that it for today? I think we're about done. So sign up for my workshop on Sunday if you would like to join. It's a Zoom workshop at 9 p.m. German time, same time that this live stream started. And it's going to be focused on illumination. And we're bringing everything together that we've been spending this month working on. And I'm really looking forward to spending the time with you, because the last few Sundays have been awesome. It's just so cool hanging out with you and being able to address your questions and have just like a really direct and personal teaching experience. It's on the fly tutorials. People like, you go, oh, how about this? And then just be able to do a whole drawing based on someone's question. I love that. And, the resonance, just to be able to deliver whatever it is that you so desire. Okay, we good? Everyone done? I can't wait to see your work. Please tag me and Ian on Instagram if you are sharing there. You can use the hashtag drawingwithdylan. And the Discord server, which I put a link at the top of the live chat to the Discord server, is where people are mostly sharing their work, more so than Instagram, which is really cool to see, because it's super high resolution, it's really intimate, and it's just really nice. So please, if you've been drawing along but you're not yet on the Discord server, then please jump on there, and we'd love to see your work, or you can just be there and have a look what everyone else has been doing. And I'll read that comment in a moment. The Discord server is really cool. And after that sneezing and stuff, I've got to blow my nose, excuse me. Merry Christmas. Ian said, I think I'm just like you guys, mate. We feel colour probably more than we think about it scientifically. Yeah. Interesting. We'll have to talk about it again once you've worked on your projects. It'll be interesting. I wonder if you perceive some difference. I wonder, we definitely, it's interesting in the things that we just feel and we resonate with. And I was drawing from David Callinan's portraits on Sunday, and I was seeing all these shapes and all of these things that I found so compelling. I'm thinking, wow, this image is so strong and so cool because of the way that is interacting with that. And I was then thinking, wow, it's so cool that I think David is seeing this stuff intuitively and fast when someone is just in front of him and he's taking this photo and he's like capturing it. And I wonder, it just must be the decision making that goes into grabbing that picture, and of course the selection process. There are lots of photos, but then to look to be able to look at it and see all of these things that make it so strong and so good is so interesting to look at an image in that way, and to know that probably in the making of it, it's just this intuitive, spontaneous process. Okay, I'll stop now. Maybe that was 10 plus 10 minutes. Shannon says she feels nothing. You could feel it. You feel the colour, feel the CMYK pens. Good to know the science. Yeah, it's good to know why things are the way they are, and then just intuitively do things. It's also calculated if you're doing it right, so it's a big chore. Not saying this right. Because you don't feel colour, I felt I remember the first time I wanted to mix an orange because I wanted to paint a carrot, and it was a long time ago, and I had these colours, and I was like, I'm going to make this carrot. I'm going to paint it like a carrot, and I felt the ickiness of the colour that I made, which was not like the radiant, vibrant, nutritious carrot, and I just couldn't get my head around it. Why is this a mud carrot? And I've since learned a few things about colour, but yeah, that not feeling it and just feeling the confusion of colours not doing what we want them to do, that is quite an experience to go through, and I think having some theoretical understanding of it can really help. June, the Sunday workshop, you can sign up for it at dylansara.com. It is the Illumination Workshop, and I would love to have you there because it's going to be really cool. It's going to be, we'll focus on darkness, but bringing light into the darkness, and how to really draw and paint with a sense of light. And it's going to be fairly sketch oriented, but the past workshops we've done some sketches and maybe about a 40-minute portrait, and talk through some different techniques and different ways of conveying illumination in our work. So it's going to be really cool, and I would love to have all of you there. And I know some of you already signed up, so it's going to be really good to see you again on Sunday. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Ian, for being here. Thank you for your face, Ian. And thank you for this book, Colour Theory for Artists. This is the book everyone wants. Get it, check it out. I was about to flip through, but I'm afraid I might flip over my ink bottle here. But there's a whole lot to comprehend and to perceive in this book. Yeah. Go get it. Thank you, Ian. Thank you, everyone who was drawing along. I can't wait to see your work, and we'll be here again same time tomorrow. Friday, the 20th of December. Almost the 21st, almost the solstice. I have a few references that are going to be very appropriate for tomorrow's very dark day and long night. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ike. Thank you, Ian, Louisa, June, Kiki, Marina, everyone. Thank you. And see you tomorrow. Like and subscribe.